What's up, guys and girls? So today we are going to be doing a tutorial on how to make this zombie kind of DNA looking destructed DNA sequence here. What you'll end up with will be looking something like this. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to want to do is grab us a Helix, and we're going to go ahead and take this height. We're going to stretch this out a little bit, see if we can back out here and see what's going on. We're going to need it a little longer, so we're going to take this end angle. We're going to just double that to like maybe 1080. Our next sequence that we're going to need, our next thing we're going to need here is we'll need a circle. And we will also want to grab us a sweep. We're going to take our circle and our helix and put it in the sweep. We're going to X and Y. So we got our sweep, our circle, our helix. Plane is set on X and Y from our default. We're going to take these and we're just going to duplicate that, and we're going to grab it. We're going to give it a 180 degree turn, so we end up with something like this. That's our little DNA thing right there. We are going to grab us, how about we do some capsules, and I'm going to shrink this capsule down and make it smaller. And I'm going to move it over just a little bit so I can see it a little better. We're going to grab us a cloner from MoGraph, drop the capsule in there. Now we have these three here. And we're going to bring this down. It's like about 7 maybe. Will fit in between there. That seems pretty good to me. We're going to take our cloner and our capsule. We're going to go ahead and make it editable. We're going to have all these capsules. We're going to right click those. We're going to connect the objects at delete, so we end up with just one unit here. Get rid of that. We're going to grab another cloner, and now we're going to take our single object, put that into a cloner. We'll grab this and bring it down. See if I can fit it in here somewhere. Looks like it's a little bit large. So let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But we're going to want to take this here, and we're going to get 4 views. And then we're going to grab this. We're going to stretch this out. Bring this down, put this in there, and we're going to zoom out a little bit and stretch this out all the way until we get to the other end, so that it's like so. Now these are all lined up here pretty good right down the middle, so we're going to take that cloner and we're going to add a random effector, and that's going to give us some randoms. We're going to zero all this out so that it's back like it started. We're going to go to our rotation, and we're going to see if we can see everything's wanting to go right down the end there. We're going to take our capsule and movement here, and we're going to, as you can see, I clicked on here. I'm changing that to there. And let's try and bring this up to the middle. Get down here and see. We're going to bring that right to the middle. Look at all these in there. And we can go to our cloner and bring this back up where we had it to begin with. Then we should have a center rotation. There we go. Now we can rotate this entire unit so that all these have a tendency to want to line up. And grab one on this end and just kind of adjust one end to the other to give us something like that. And that will give us our DNA cross hatches. Next thing we're going to want to do is I just got me a texture offline on Google that I'm just going to use for this. And I'm going to go to my color. I'm going to load that texture that I downloaded into my thing. It's just where's it at here? Just a little thing like this. You can see it's just kind of a veiny picture. You can find something like this. We will be using some displacement and stuff like that, but we're not going to make any of the actual displacement maps. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to add a bump, and our bump will be the same image that we just looked at. That'll give us that. And then we're going to go to our displacement. And we will add the exact same image again. We'll end up with something like this. I am going to change the reflection a little bit, just to make it a little bit shinier. I think something like that would look good. I'm going to go ahead and take all of this, and I'm going to group all these objects into a null. And I'm going to add my texture directly onto that null. I'm going to change this to spatial. I want to drop this down to maybe 50% of what it actually is. That might be pretty good. We're going to need some lighting. I'm going to add a light. I'm going to bring this light right up to about here. I'm going to turn this light into a visible light with shadows. It's going to be a lens flare, so I'm going to go to that. I think I will choose something like the sun, I think is what I used. I can go into edit. I'm going to turn this to green just to give it a little bit of a green tint. Okay, that gives it some kind of little zombie looking tint there. I'm also going to add another light, which we're going to drag down here, and we're going to make this light a red in color, and we're going to make it an inverse volumetric. That will give us some shadowing and fog and stuff. I believe I may duplicate this and pull one over here. Let's see here. So we can have one over there And one over here. I'm going to take the one that's furthest. I'm going to dim it down just a little bit. I'm going to take this DNA structure we have. I'm going to duplicate it. After I duplicate it, I'm going to turn one of them just to kind of give it a different look. Let's see if I can't move this up here. Move it closer towards us. We end up with something like this. I want to make sure that my light that has the lens flare on it is somewhere in the center for a visual point. Make a good visual point, and it'll look something like this. And we are going to render this out and see what we get. That's pretty good. That's not looking too bad. We are going to take these two lights, add some soft shadows. I'm going to take this one that I had over here, I'm going to make it even darker. This will take, you will have to play around with it some and get it how you want. Whatever floats your boat, whatever works for you. Let's take this inverse volumetric light. This is a little bigger. And we're going to take this and we're going to move it back this way. I'm going to take this other one. We're also going to move it back this way. I'm going to take my render settings, set it my anti-aliasing to best, output to the resolution I want. In my case, for my wallpaper, I'll do 1920 by 1080, 200 resolution, and let's see what we get.